Hi friends, welcome to today's session. First question for the day. With reference to soil health card scheme, consider the following statements. Statement 1. It will contain the status of soil with respect to macronutrients only. Statement 2. The card lists soil health indicators that can be assessed without the aid of technical or laboratory equipment. Statement 3. It will also indicate fertilizer recommendations and soil amendment required for the farm. Which of the above statements are correct? Option A 1 and 2 only, option B 2 and 3 only, option C 1 and 3 only, option D 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer here is option B 2 and 3 only. Here the first statement is incorrect, and if you see the first statement, the word only used in the statement is the elimination keyword for the statement. And in any question, if you see the words like all, always and only, it can be an unnecessary negative sentence which seems odd or seems logically incorrect. An over exaggeration is there. We are not saying that the statement with these words would always be incorrect, but what we are saying is that you should pause and think about that possibility. Here in this question, if you go by that logic, then you would mark the correct answer option B. To the explanation part, we apply certain chemical fertilizers to the soil to raise the level of nutrients found in the soil. Although chemical fertilizers improve the growth of plants and increase the yields of fruits and vegetables in a relatively short period of time, there are certain disadvantages of using chemical fertilizers. The synthetic chemicals in the chemical fertilizers adversely affect the health of naturally found soil microorganisms by affecting the soil pH. This affects the overall quality of the soil. As we all know, healthy soil is a key component of sustainable agriculture. That is, healthy soil along with the water and nutrients produces healthy crops that are less susceptible to pests and diseases. For all these reasons, the soil must be protected and nurtured to ensure long-term productivity and stability. And for this government introduced Soil Health Card Scheme in 2015. It is a scheme promoted by Department of Agriculture and Corporation under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. It displays soil health indicators and associated descriptive terms. We can see the picture of soil health card here. Very colorful one. The indicators are typically based on farmers' practical experience. It is a printed report which contains nutrient status of soil with respect to 12 nutrients. And about nutrient management of soil, there are 16 nutrients which are essential for plants. As you can see in the chart, air supplies carbon and oxygen, hydrogen comes from water, and soil supplies the other 13 nutrients to plants. Among these 13 nutrients, 6 are required in large quantities and are therefore called macronutrients, and other 7 nutrients are used by plants in small quantities and are therefore called micronutrients. Deficiency of these nutrients affects the physiological process in plants, including reproduction, growth, and susceptibility to diseases. Here is the chart of major plant nutrients and their functions. Nitrogen is an integral part of chlorophyll. It also imparts vegetative growth and dark green color to plants. Phosphorus is an essential part of the enzymes which help the crop to fix light energy. Potassium is involved in process which ensure carbon assimilation and a transportation throughout the plant for growth and storage of sugars and proteins. The potassium ion is also important for water regulation and uptake. Magnesium occurs in chlorophyll and is also an activator of enzymes. Calcium is required for plant growth, cell division and enlargement, and that is about the plant nutrition management. Coming back to soil health card, it will be provided to all farmers in the country at an interval of 3 years. It enables the farmers to apply recommended doses of nutrients based on soil test values and thereby preserve the soil quality. This question is important because in the second phase of this scheme, 11.69 crores of soil health cards were distributed to farmers in 2 years, which is a great achievement. And the scheme has led to a decline of 8 to 10% in the use of chemical fertilizers and also raised productivity by 5 to 6%. Second question, Sustainable Development Fee SDF on Indian, Bangladeshi and Maldivian tourists has been recently introduced by which among the following countries? Option A, Nepal. Option B, Myanmar. Option C, Bhutan. Option D, Sri Lanka. Correct answer here is option C, Bhutan. As of now, all foreign tourists who visit Bhutan, with the exception of Indians, Bangladeshis and Maldivians, have to pay $250 per person per day in the high season and $200 per person per day in the low season to the government of Bhutan. This covers their accommodation, transport within Bhutan, a tourist guide, food and non-alcoholic drinks, entry fee, and a $65 as tourism levy, a sustainable development fee, and the fee for the tourist visa. In effect, this is a tourist all-inclusive daily expenditure in Bhutan with only cost of flying in and out of the country, shopping and alcohol excluded. However, tourists from India, Bangladesh and Maldives can travel visa-free to Bhutan and are not subject to the minimum expenditure floor of $250. As a result, Indian tourists so far had a flexibility to set their own travel budgets, including food and stay. Now, Bhutan government has introduced Sustainable Development Fee to tourists from India, Bangladesh and Maldives. This is introduced because there has been a serious concern in Bhutan over the impact of massive influx of tourists can have on country's fragile Himalayan ecosystem. In year 2018, 66% of tourists who visited Bhutan are Indians. And Bhutan is one of the cheapest international destinations we Indians could go. With Indians not paying visa fee, Sustainable Development Fee and the daily floor expenditure, this was a huge potential revenue stream going untapped. For this reason, they have imposed SDF now. Here is the map of India-Bhutan border. India shares a 699 km long border with Bhutan. As you can see on the map, the states are Sikkim, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh and West Bengal. The trick to remember these states are SAB. S for Sikkim, A for Assam, A for Arunachal Pradesh and B for Bengal. And this highway, National Highway 317A, is a very important highway. It's a road providing connectivity to Bhutan. NH 317A connect Hasimara and Jaigon at Bhutan border in the state of West Bengal. Last question for the day. Muktosri, recently seen in the news, is a option A, Ayurvedic medicine. Option B, mobile app for cardiac patients. Option C, a new rice variety. Option D, pension scheme for old age women in the country. Correct answer here is option C, a new rice variety. It is a rice variety developed in West Bengal. West Bengal is among the states with the highest concentration of arsenic in groundwater. Last year there was a study that rice grain, wheat flour and a variety of vegetables being sold in Kolkata having tested positive for arsenic levels dangerously above the permissible limits. Eventually, this arsenic enters into our food chain and causes serious damage to human health, as you can see on this picture. Contaminated groundwater is the most common cause of arsenic poisoning. Arsenic is already present in the earth and it can seep into groundwater. Also, groundwater can contain runoff from industrial plants, which also causes arsenic pollution. The rice accumulates the arsenic into the grains much more efficiently than any other staple cereal crops, which goes into our food chain, and this process got a name, that is our quiz of the day. The process where the concentration of certain substances moves up in a food chain. What is that called? Post this answer on the comment section. In Muktosri, a new rice variety which is also called as IET 21845, it is another name for Muktosri. It was developed jointly by West Bengal's Agriculture Department and National Botanical Research Institute, Lucknow. And the specialty of Muktosri is that it was found that this variety uptakes very less amount of arsenic from soil and water in comparison to other varieties of rice. And across the state of West Bengal, thousands of farmers have started cultivating this variety. That's all for today, guys. So post your answer of quiz question in the comment section. And also any doubts regarding today's discussion, you can ask in the comment section. We will meet tomorrow with another set of questions. Thank you for watching.